What is going on, everybody? It is your girl Marquita with Team TRM coming at you with another Novatech FX video. Today is Monday, September the 6th, so it is Labor Day, and I hope that those of you who work a 9 to 5, 8 to 4, 7 to 3, whatever it is, that you are enjoying your day and hopefully you've had the day off. But in this video, I want to cover something really briefly, and that is the registration form for Novatech FX, because I've had a couple of people that I've spoken with over the last couple of days who found it difficult for some reason to fill out the registration form. So I want to cover that with you, go over some points, make sure that you're inputting everything correctly, and that way it'll make it very easy, or easier, for you to get started. So if you click on the person's link, usually it goes directly to the enrollment page, but I've had some people get confused because they've landed on the main web page of Novatech FX. So I would encourage you, of course, to make sure that you are viewing the page, going over the information, making sure that you understand what this opportunity is and what it offers you. And if you're already ready to get started, the first thing you want to do is just make sure that the person who shared this with you, you have their information. I would actually grab not only their username name, but I would grab their distributor ID as well, because that'll make it easier to make sure you're linked to the correct person. So we've had a couple of issues on my team personally where people have been signed directly up under the company because they weren't necessarily on their referrers or their invitees webpage or affiliate link. So you want to make sure that you have that information. And then the next thing you want to do after you actually take a look at the webpage, you make sure that this is something that does interest you and you would love to get started, that you click on the Get Started link here. So we'll click on Get Started. Okay, and so here it says join as an affiliate. Now this is the registration form. This is what you're going to land on in order to fill out some information. Now, of course, a lot of it is straightforward, so I'm not going to cover everything in this video, but I do want to cover a couple of points here to make sure that we understand exactly how to fill out this form. So the first bit of information is your associate information. So if you clicked on the person who invited you, you should land on their affiliate link, right? So the first thing you should see is your enrolling sponsor. Now, of course, this is my affiliate link that I'm using as an example. You would actually see the person who shared this with you. And if they've registered under a business, an LLC, you would actually see their company name and then the associate ID. Now, if you don't see that information, what I personally recommend you do is to go back to the person that shared this opportunity with you and grab their associate ID. That way you have it, grab their entire affiliate link, make sure you click through the affiliate link in order to make sure you're landing on their page. Okay, so what we want to do here, it says choose username or email to log in. I have a lot of people, putting in their email address here. I would shy away from that. You want to basically choose your username. So if your username is John Smith 123 and that's what you prefer, you want to put John Smith 123 here. Okay. Now, a lot of people get hung up on the choose a personal website name. This is basically what's going to be on your affiliate link. It can be the same as your username. So we use John Smith 123 here. You can put John Smith 123 here as well. Okay, so the only time it would be different is if you want people to see a different username or different website name is what they call it when you are providing your referral link. Okay, so it just makes it a little bit prettier. And some people are including the .novatechfx.com. You do not need to do that. Just the username is fine. So if you entered John Smith 123 here, you can just enter John Smith 123. You don't have to put .novatechfx.com. You don't have to do that. The next thing here is your country. So this is where you personally reside. So it's a drop-down menu. It's already defaulted to the United States. However, you can choose any of the countries listed here. Now, what if you don't see your country here? Okay, what if you don't see your country in the list? Unfortunately, that means that Novatech is not opened to your country at this time. So you will not be able to join Novatech, unfortunately, okay? I know that sucks, but if you don't see your country here, that's exactly what it means. It means that it's not open to your country at this time. And then you would choose your password. You would choose a secret question. So any of these questions, would be fine. And the next thing here, people are like, well, I don't want to sign under my personal social security number. How can I sign up with my business? I don't understand. How can I sign up with my business? And this says personal tax ID. However, it is a drop down menu. So you can change this to your business tax ID. And notice that this would actually change to your business EIN. You don't have to put any spaces or dashes, just the numbers. So if your social security is 1234567 you do not put 123-45-6789. You don't do that, okay? You just put in the numbers only and it will work for you completely fine, okay? Now, if you don't have a business, you can register with your personal social security number. And again, it's the same way. You don't put any spaces or dashes. You just type in the numbers only and it will work out for you. Okay, so we're confirming our password twice and we're putting the answer here for our secret question. And make sure you write this stuff down because you want to make sure you have access to it. I like the old school pen and paper type of method. Some people want to put it in their phones. I'm always a little nervous about that because what if you lose your phone? I don't know. So, but I like the old school pen and paper way. Either way, you want to make sure you make a note of it so that you have it. We're going to talk about pen numbers and things like that. So make sure you are keeping an accurate record of your details. So select the language. It defaults to English. You can also do Espanol. So you can choose Spanish if you prefer to. And then you enter your personal information. So this is when your personal tax ID is selected. So your name, your middle name, last name, your email address, enter your phone number, and you can select your country here. Again, it defaults to the United States, but we have every other country code here for your phone number. So you go ahead and select your country. Wherever you see a little arrow, okay, so wherever you see these little arrows here, these are drop-down menus. Now, I would recommend that you do this on a computer. It just makes it a lot easier. You can do it on your phone, but again, I recommend doing it on your computer, okay? So, then you would actually go ahead and put your referred by ID. Again, that is the ID here. It's optional, but I would just go ahead and put it in just to make sure you're locked into the person that you want to be locked into. And this is where you would put your company name and again, your company identification number. So basically your EIN, you select your birthday. And the very last part here is, another thing I wanted to cover as well when we come to, let me go back to personal here. Let's see. Okay, so we'll cover that next. I was looking for the address, but we'll cover that next. So e-wallet information, you want to create your 4-digit PIN. This is very important. Listen to me. I'm going to lower my voice because this is very important. Please write down your PIN number, okay? Write it down because this is going to be how you access compounding, how you access making sure your finances are correct inside of the back office. So please be sure to write down your PIN number, write down your secret question, write down your answer. It's very important. It is very, very important for you to do that, okay? So fill out that information, and then with the you can leave this checked or you can uncheck it. I would just leave it checked so that you get you can always opt out later. But I would leave it checked so that you get the information that the company sends out. Now, here is something that's very, very important, okay? It's going to ask for your residential address, your shipping address, and your shipping method. We don't really need any shipping in this. But for your address, your residential address, when it comes to the city, I know a lot of you live in the outskirts of major cities. Let's use Atlanta for an example. Some of you may live in, Marietta. Some of you may live in other places that are close to Atlanta, and you're used to saying, hey, I live in Atlanta, Georgia. please put your actual city that you reside in for your address, okay? Put the city that you reside in for your address. Listed as it is listed on your passport, listed as it is listed on your physical license, your ID. You don't want to put the outskirts, okay? You don't want to put the actual like broader city. So put the actual city that you reside in, okay? It's just going to make it a lot easier for this information to go through. So I've had a couple of people who've done that, some major cities like Phoenix, major cities like Phoenix, major cities like Atlanta, like St. Louis, like Chicago. So just make sure you're putting your actual city there. It's going to make it a lot easier. And you don't have to fill out the information twice. Now, if your shipping address is different, then by all means, go ahead and put your shipping address here. We don't really need shipping at this time. So you can just check this box, same as residential address, and it will go away. The next thing you want to do, of course, is make sure you are agreeing to all of the terms and conditions. If you hover over it, you see the little mouse changes. These are clickable, okay? So you can click it, you can go through. I always like to make sure that I'm knowing what I'm getting involved in. So you make sure you do that. Read it, understand it. Read the disclosures, the electronic consent, and only after you have agreed to all of what Novatech is presenting, then you would want to check off the 4 boxes here stating that you agree. And you want to hit I'm not a robot and complete enrollment. Now, if there's something that's wrong, it will actually list that something is wrong. You want to scroll up here, make sure everything is entered correctly. Okay, make sure everything is entered correctly, and then come back down, complete the 4 boxes again, and hit I am not a robot and complete the enrollment. Okay, so that was just a video that was supposed to be a lot shorter than 12 minutes, but pardon me, I wanted to make sure that everything was clear. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, feel free to get back to the person that invited you. If you are interested in Novatech or you want some more details on Novatech and you don't already have an invitee or someone who mentioned this business to you, feel free to click the link below in the description. I have a presentation that walks through everything for you. I put you on my email list, and I give you some details on exactly what's happening every single week. But I look forward to having you. I'm sure the person that invited you looks forward to having you. My name is Marquita. I'm with TRM. I'll see you at the top or not. Jeez, that was horrible. But you decide. Take care.